Hello, my name is Josh Tully. I am the founder of Purple Monkey Garage, a company that has been around in some way, shape, or form for 23 years now. And over those decades, we've fixed small businesses, big businesses, nonprofit businesses, international businesses, domestic businesses, and in the next several minutes, your business. Yeah. We love to, when we interact with a client, we love to start by asking 10 questions. And we found that these 10 questions are so powerful that even if I ask them to you, you're going to get a bead on where your business might be going wrong. Therefore, you can correct it. We might help you do that and fix your business. So as contrary as it might seem, can I really fix my business this quickly? The answer is absolutely yes. So let's just start with those 10 questions. But here's what I want from you. You have to be honest with yourself. There's nobody else in the room. It's just you. Time to be honest. When I developed these questions, it actually started because when I would go speaking around the country and around the world, what I found was business owners would lie. They would lie to themselves, they'd lie to their customers, they'd lie to the general public. And when I asked them, how is business going? They would say, oh, business is going fine, it's going great. And then I'd come back 6 months later and they'd be out of business. And this is so prevalent, but it's part of the reason why we see 8 out of 10 businesses failing, 9 out of 10 businesses in a precarious situation, 6 out of 10 businesses needing a secondary source of income. It's just crazy where we're at. So if we're going to do this over the next several minutes, all I ask is that you are honest with yourself. Let your guard down. Nobody's watching. There's not a quiz coming at the end. So are you ready? Our first question. Why did you start your business? Really, why? Whether you've been in business a year or 50 years, why did you start? Why? Was it to earn more money? Was it to provide for your family? Was it because you had a great idea? What was it that made you start this business? The second question, what did you think it was capable of at the time? See, this is where we actually, it hurts a little bit, doesn't it? I know it can. When you started your business, I guarantee you did not think to yourself that I still want to be where I'm at today. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. But what tends to happen is after a year or 2 or 5, we start to just kind of get numb to the fact that this is now my lot. I wake up, I open the bakery or whatever it is you do, and this is just life. But let's go back a minute. When you started the business, what did you think it was capable of? You had a dream. You know you did. And it's not necessarily money, and it's not that money's a bad thing. But you had a dream. Maybe it was 10 locations. Maybe it was, $1 million in profit a year. Whatever it happened to be, it's your dream. But have you forgotten it? Have you forgotten what you thought the business was capable of when you opened it? The third question, if you keep working the same way you've been working, is the business that you own or run ever going to hit what you knew at the time it was capable of? Is it even possible? The sad reality is that if I talk to 100 businesses, I might get 100 businesses, at least 97 businesses, that if they keep doing what they're doing, they're never going to hit what they thought the business was capable of, because they're not doing what it takes to achieve that. It now becomes a method of survival and, growing just to keep up with inflation and keeping the doors open. So again, the third question, doing what you're doing now, working as hard as you are, as dedicated as you are, losing the sleep that you're losing, doing what you're doing, is there any even possibility that it's going to hit what you thought the business was once capable of? The fourth question that's related to that, what's keeping you from it? Really, and I'm not asking this sort of in a rah-rah version. I'm not, what's keeping you from achieving, young man? No. I'm being honest. Like list it out if you have to. What is keeping you from achieving what you thought the business was capable of? Is it not enough customers? Is it that products are actually more expensive than you thought they would be? Is it, competitors offer their prices at a lower rate? Like, really honestly ask yourself, because I am not a rah-rah motivational speaker sort of guy. I love logic, reason, and strategy. So what is it that you think is keeping you from being able to achieve it? Is it not enough people on staff? Is it not the right experts on staff? Is it not access to the right demographics? Really ask yourself, what is keeping us from achieving what we thought the business was capable of? Now, the fifth question seems a little bit odd when I first ask it, but I guarantee you it's going to make sense. How much capital has your business allowed you to secure for the future? I'm not talking about savings accounts. No. I'm talking about how much has your business allowed you to secure? Because so often, this is what happens with entrepreneurs. They get into a business and they treat it the same way they treat it if they were an employee. They put money in the bank, which is not where businesses keep money. I know, it's odd. It's crazy. So many businesses are like, yep, well, I put money in the bank and then I spend the money. That's how employees keep and spend money. That's not how businesses are set up to keep and spend money. So if you're doing that, well, we just answered one of your questions. But in addition to that, even a failing business should be putting money in your pocket. And when I go around the country speaking to business owners who have gone out of business and they say, oh man, I lost everything, or I'm down 100 grand or whatever it is, there's no reason for that, really. Really, there's not. There are ways and systems and services that are available to small businesses that will almost act as a golden parachute, if you will, for entrepreneurs. There's no reason to lose money on a business, even a failing one. And pair that with, if your business is still open, it should be securing you future revenue, whether your business stays open or not. And I know for a lot of people that might seem confusing. You might be thinking, well, wait a second, I need this business open in order for it to continue to secure future money for me, right? No. But this is why so many small business owners end up failing even in a successful business. Because business trends and culture ebbs and flows. You might have a hot business for 5 years and then it might die off. Well, that's fine if you're using your capital correctly. Those 5 years should have set you up for future revenue, not only for you, but for your children and your children's children. So question number 5 again, how much capital has your business, even if it's failing, allowed you to secure for the future? Question 6, what is your brand? Now, to me, this is an extremely important question because first, let's start with what a brand is not. A brand is not a name, it's not a logo, it's not a slogan, it's not a color scheme. As a matter of fact, most small businesses put what they do in their name, which is even worse. I mean, that's 12 red flags right there, man. That's death on a stick. Do not put what you do in your name. So, for example, if I had a plumbing company, there's a tendency for small business owners to put something like St. Louis Plumbing Worldwide Inc. Esquire Limited Incorporated or something. First, we don't want to appear small, so we wouldn't call it Josh Tully's Plumbing, right? So we give it something else. But notice how most people put plumbing in the business, or floral in the flower shop, or coffee in the coffee store. Thinking, well, that's what you do, right? No. You're actually destroying your ability to build a great brand. Do this, just as an experiment. The next time you're around a group of people, ask them, when I say Apple, what comes to mind? You're going to hear phones, computers, high price, too expensive, worth every penny, sleek, high tech, no viruses, whatever, right? If you ask a room full of people, very rarely will you even get one person saying the fruit. That brand is so big and it's so powerful and it's so ingrained. And this is an extreme example, but I'm picking one that all of you know, which actually kind of proves my point. Same thing with Amazon. Ah, see? Right there. You didn't think about the river or the forest. You thought about what? Amazon.com, Amazon Prime, Amazon free shipping, whatever you thought of. But it wasn't the forest, was it? So when it comes to your brand, you need to realize, I don't care if you're a doctor, an insurance agent, a pediatrician, a fast food restaurant, your business is not the product or service you make. Now, you cannot believe me. You can say, oh, well, I don't believe you. Well, that's also why 8 out of 10 businesses are failing. We've helped our clients collectively do over $2.5 billion in revenue. So we kind of know what we're doing here. But if you have a brand, that brand has to say more than what it is you do or sell for a number of reasons. One, people buy brands. They really do. If you go to Walmart or Target or Kroger or whatever store you go to, you will have Windex sitting right next to an identical blue glass cleaner. Same amount of product, same of chemicals, same size, literally the same thing. Windex might be $6 a bottle. This one, the off-brand, might be $2 a bottle. Who makes more money? Windex. Even though it can be 3 times more. Why? Because people buy a brand. Is there any doubt in your mind that if Apple tomorrow said, hey, you know what? We're no longer making phones. We are going to start competing against Tesla and make electric cars. Is there any doubt in your mind that there would be a waiting list of pre-ordered cars from Apple? Of course there would be. Of course there would be. And they haven't seen it, they haven't test driven it, nobody has one yet, but you would still have a list of pre-orders because people buy the brand. Well, what happens to small businesses, and when I say small business, I'm talking about $100 million a year and under. When you look at small businesses, they don't focus on the brand. They just give it a name, usually put what they do in the name, and that's it. That's not it. That's not it at all. Your product or service, the sole purpose of your product or service is to build the brand. Why? Because that way, in case something changes in the future, your industry shifts, your suppliers go out of business, whatever it is, you don't have to suffer. If I had Josh's Blacksmith and Horseshoeing Inc., right? And it's 1902. How long am I going to be in business? About another 11 months. Soon as Henry Ford invents the mechanical assembly line to put together Model Ts, I am done. I'm done. Why? Because I put what I did in the name of what I'm doing. If I just put Tully Solutions, and I'm just seriously just making something up, but you get the point. I can then just solve problems because I'm the solutions guy. So this year, if it's fixing horses and buggies, great. Next year, if it's the horseless carriage and the internal combustion engine, great. I don't have to do what's extremely expensive and very rarely survived, which is called rebranding. If you've ever sold your business, your lawyer is going to spend maybe one paragraph talking about what it is your business does. Now you think that's the important part. It's not. They will spend pages on protecting the brand. Because at the end of the day, what really is your business? Your brand. Most companies don't know what a brand is. It's not a logo. It's not a color scheme. It's not a name. It's not any of those things. It's not a mascot. So what's your brand? Question number 7. What are you doing to market your business? What are you doing to market your business? Your job is not the product or service you have. Your job is to sell us the product or service you have. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, you could have the cure for cancer, put it on a shelf, and unless you market the thing, nobody's ever going to know, nobody's ever going to buy it, and you're going to die broke. So your company is a brand, and your business's job is a marketing company. I don't care if you're a mechanic or a pediatrician or a podiatrist or a videographer. You are a marketing company. So the question, what are you doing to market? Now this is where things get kind of Personal. When I ask a company, and this might be you, remember you are all by yourself. Nobody else is judging you, or it's just you. Let your guard down. When I talk to business owners and I say, what are you doing to market? Usually I get, well, I have a Facebook campaign going. No, that's advertising. What are you doing to market? Well, I'm on Instagram and Snapchat and TikTok. No, that's advertising. What are you doing to market? Well, I have a billboard up on the highway. That's advertising. What are you doing to market? Most businesses do not market at all. See, we've gotten to this point where advertising marketing is one word. Like seriously, they just squish it together and think it's the same thing. Facebook ads are called Facebook ads because they are ads. And I'm not saying that that's bad. My next question actually has to do with advertising. But marketing is so important. Marketing is the difference between success and failure. And I don't care if you have a solely online business. Think about this for a second. Do you notice that Facebook doesn't advertise for Facebook on Facebook? Just think about that for a second. So when I ask you, what are you doing to market your business? If it's online, that doesn't work. That's advertising. You need to do it, but that's not marketing. So what are you doing to market? And don't feel bad. I've been in major companies, hundreds of employees, where they will be happy I'm there and they'll take me to their marketing department and I'll say, what are you doing to market? I love marketing. It's the number one function, number one job of every business. What are you doing? Oh, well, we have a great social media platform. And no, that's in your advertising department. What are you doing to market? No joke. We have had people cry. We've had people think, oh my gosh, we've never marketed. You would know the names of some of the companies if I told you that have told us point blank, holy cow, we haven't marketed in decades. Because what happened? The internet comes along, and you're watching this on the internet, so please understand me. I'm not opposed to the internet. I'm not opposed to advertising. I'm not opposed to social media. Love them. But this is what has happened. The internet comes along. We replace advertising and marketing, think they're one word. Everybody gets online and tries to market online. In reality, it's advertising. And then we have 8 to 9 out of every 10 businesses failing because people stopped marketing. We have built businesses to $1 million status without even a website. Because if you market well enough, you don't have to worry about advertising. Marketing is way more affordable, produces a huge ROI. It's unlimited in the amount of money you can make, and you don't have to continually spend just to get a declining return. If you've noticed and been in business over the past 12 to 24 months or longer, you're noticing your bang for your buck on online advertising is actually going down. And there's a reason for that, too long of an answer to go into in this video. But the question, what are you doing to market? Odds are nothing. Just being honest. Next question. What are you doing to advertise? Now this is where you can fill in the blank. You can say, hey, we got a Facebook page and we run some campaigns on there. We have TikTok and we're doing our thing over there, and Instagram, of course. Great. What else? Well, okay, well, we're in the little league, we're sponsoring a little team, they wear our t-shirts. Great, that's advertising. Totally good. Awesome. Make your list, but what are you doing to advertise? And is it producing the results you thought it would be? See, in defense of marketing companies, a lot of small businesses, again, small being 100 million or smaller, a lot of small businesses think advertising is supposed to produce an ROI. It's not. I know that's going to blow your mind, but it's really not. As somebody who's in broadcasting, Monday through Friday, I host a talk show, I totally understand advertising. However, advertising is a long ball play. Small businesses treat it like, oh, well, I should buy an ad, sell something, make money, buy another ad, sell something, make money. No. You advertise for longevity. I can promise that Coca-Cola in Atlanta, Georgia, is not thinking to themselves, well, that billboard we have on Main Street in St. Louis, what's our ROI on that? How many cases of Coke have we sold? Nope. Nope, not at all. The reason they buy the ad is so 20 years from now, you're still drinking Coke. The reason they buy the ad is so you could go to sub-Saharan Africa and see Coke ads and know exactly what that logo is, and everybody around the world relates to it. The reason they buy the ad is so if you go to the state of Texas and ask for a Coke, they're going to ask you what kind, because Sprite, root beer, Pepsi, all of it is Coke. That's the power of advertising. And you're supposed to be doing it, and I'm glad you're answering the question with what you're doing. But please understand that most of you watching are expecting advertising to do the duty of marketing, and it can't. Meanwhile, you're not doing any marketing. And even if you are, those two things are more than likely not matching your brand. The next question. If you could hire experts to do 2 or 3 things in your business, what would you have them do? I know right now you're probably saying branding, marketing, and advertising. That's fine. That's fine. But really, what would you have them do? What is missing from your team of experts? See, this is really something that mind boggles me. You have small business owners, and they have, say, 5 to 10 employees. There are 12 areas of business that every business needs to constantly address, and that's just on the surface. I don't care if you're a startup making custom cups in your basement. There are 12 areas of business that you need to address. How are you going to do that? How? I'm just asking the question. How are you going to do it? So if you could hire a team of experts to do the things that you can't just seem to get to, and it's not even anything against you. See, it's not always that you don't have the expertise to do it. It's really not. You just don't have the extra set of hands to do it. Big businesses know this. Big businesses know this. This is why they create committees and boards and hire an expert for this and an expert for that and an expert for that. And I'm sure you would too if you had the budget. So I'm just asking the question, if you could hire somebody to do 3 things for you, what 3 things would they be? The next question. How expensive is failure at this point? I don't know what you put into your business. I don't know the tears, the time, the money. I don't know how many times you've told your spouse, well, we're that close if we can just get over the hump. I don't know. You do. But I do know this. If you fail, you lose it. You lose all of it. It's gone. So at this point, how expensive is failure? There you go. 10 questions. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, okay, I got to watch that again. I got to take out a piece of paper. I got to write down the answers. That's great. Do it. But if you take my advice and answer those questions honestly, 1, you're going to be able to fix your business. 2, you're going to realize even though you can fix your business, you can't do it alone. And that's what Purple Monkey Garage is about. That's why we started it. When we started Purple Monkey Garage, we did it for the sole purpose of helping small business owners. See, we are also small business owners. I own 12 other companies, everything from clinics to beverage companies to jewelry store. I own a lot of businesses. And when I was out there in the marketplace building my companies, when I was getting going, I realized there's no place that you can actually go to for help. On one side, you have these massive consulting firms that'll charge 5 to 6 figures per month and not actually do anything. They'll just kind of tell you what you should be doing, but I think you probably already know, hence the 10 questions. And then on the other side of things, you have what I call the Insta experts, the people who haven't really done it even. And they might have written a self-published book, taken a course, called themselves an executive life coach or whatever, and they're selling marketing packages, and now you know it's actually advertising packages. But they can't help your business either. We wanted to create a place where you and other small business owners would have a team of experts that not only advise you on what to do, but also help you actually do it. Yes, actually do it. So when I said, what are the 3 things that you need to have done in your business? If you could hire experts to do 3 things, what would you have them do? I can guarantee you all 3 of those things we can do with you. Seriously. That's what Purple Monkey Garage is all about. That's what Core 5 is all about. We take small businesses and say, hey, let us roll up our sleeves and not be another, $7,000 marketing package online, and not be another success coach or, buy the videos. None of that. None of that. It's an actual service. We're under one roof. You have access to every department you would have if you were a massive company that you certainly hope to grow into. Everything. Everything under one roof. Your HR, your marketing, your PR, your bookkeeping. You can have everything under the Purple Monkey Garage roof. And we wanted to make that accessible to small businesses. So we developed Core 5, where together we work on the 5 areas that you want us to focus on initially, and then you can always grow and add on from there. But we help you with the 5 that you need help with the most. And like I said, we've been doing this for 23 years and counting. We have helped hundreds, if not thousands of businesses all around the world, and we can certainly help you too. So there are the 10 questions to fix any business. I hope that helps.
Contact the person who sent you this video to submit your answers and find out how you can start growing your business today.